Hi, I'm Chris with Afflictor Broadheads, and today we're going to talk about the proper shot placement for archery gear and turkeys. Alright, so typically when you look at a male turkey and you're considering archery gear, this is what you get to see. You get to see this broadside target, and I would say most often the shots that are taken on the majority of turkeys are probably at this broadside position. When you look at it that way, you kind of think, wow, this is a big target, I got lots of room to work, there's plenty of space here, when actually your kill zone inside of here is probably about that big, maybe a little bit bigger, but not much. And when you consider that that kill zone is really riding higher in the turkey body than most people think, because everything down here is breast meat. So, you know, a lot of times you hear all these horror stories about people shooting a turkey with their bow and it looked like a good shot, I got lots of blood, the turkey reacted, but we never found the bird. A lot of those are probably in the breast meat, and that's not a right away lethal kill. Sometimes it's not a lethal kill at all. So you want to avoid all that. And if you consider that underneath this turkey, you have this breastplate here, and this is where all of that big hunks of breast meat hangs down from here and wraps up. And on the top portion, you have this little plate that sits against here. This goes out towards the tail fan, and then your neck would be coming out of this section, and this sits just like this. And in the middle here you would have some rib cages, and that is about all the room that you have for the vitals. It is a small spot, and if you consider that roughly that's going to be sitting like this, and so between that and the neck and the vertebrae that's lying in here, that's about all you have to work with. So what is your best shot to take on the turkey? Well, considering that you want to avoid this whole area, generally if you look where the head goes down in and you imagine this neck curving in, you're going to start to see this wing crease right here, this particular area. So if you get high, you can see we're all puffed out here, and when the turkey's in strut, this is all feathers from here up. There's nothing here but feathers. And if you consider that down here below is again nothing but feathers, you are shortening your shot range here by a lot. But if you consider this wing crease here and this area being the vitals, that's mostly where you want to go on a broadside turkey. Now a lot of guys will say, well, I like to shoot them a little farther back, I like to take out the legs. If that works for you, that's fine, but oftentimes a turkey's got a lot of adrenaline and a lot of spunk, and when you hit them and it's not a vital shot, they are taking off a long way, and a lot of times they're taking off with your arrow. And so, you know, you see a lot of people want to jump up and chase the turkey down. Well, I only recommend that if you're shooting a setup where your broadhead is stuck deep in the vitals, or you have broken a wing, or you've broken a leg, and you can catch up to that turkey. If you get a pass through and you're unsure about where you've hit that turkey exactly, pretend you're deer hunting. Just sit down and relax. Watch where it went, soft call a little bit, calm everybody down. You know, a lot of times the rest of the turkeys are going to stay around if they're not flapping that one to death. If it came in solo and it took off on you, just sit and be patient. Give it some time, just like you would a whitetail. It's not always prudent to jump up and run after a bird. So again, on this broadside section, you're looking at this general area right here, and not being concerned because this is all going to be breast meat down here and all feathers on top. You can see how far this squishes down. There's just a little bird under here, under all of this, when it's all said and done. Now, personally, my favorite shots when it comes to the turkey are head on and tail facing you, and I'll show you why. If you're not in a blind and you happen to be outside and you're going to need to draw on a turkey, and hopefully he's by himself, he's in your decoys, you don't have to worry about other eyes, this shot straight up the tailpipe is a definite kill shot. Especially if you're shooting a crossbow or something, a setup where you know you're going to get a pass through. You're not only going to go completely through the vitals, but you're also going to take out the neck and the spine potentially on the way out. If he's straight on from you, facing straight away, it is a dead dropping shot almost every single time. He's not going to go anywhere. And it's very secure because with all this tail here, he can't see you move, he can't see you draw. If you're messing, if you're like us, you know, know yourself filming, you're messing with a camera, you got your Tacticam, you got all this stuff going on, it is always a sure bet that you can get away with some stuff if that's a solo bird and all you have facing you is that fan. Now the other shot that I really like is if he's interested in the decoys, he's not paying any attention to you, you don't have other eyes looking at you, I like to take this shot right above the beard. You can use the beard as a target. This shot goes in, it takes out the neck, it also goes into the vitals, and it's lights out. The bird will usually drop right in its tracks. So if you can consider, for me, this front on, but especially that rear shot are my two favorite shots. I love to wait for that shot. Plus, if you're kind of waiting for that shot and you are filming your hunt or you got running a second camera or a POV somewhere, you're going to give yourself more time to get footage instead of rushing the shot. And that happens a lot of times. So if you just take your time, wait for your shot. If he's interested in the decoys, he's probably not going to go anywhere, and you'll end up winding getting good footage on top of it all and a great shot. Well, I hope there was some helpful information in that for you. If you have any questions, just drop them below. Feel free to email us anytime. And as always, if you would please subscribe and give us a like, we would sure appreciate it. Thanks for watching.